Looks like we already live, man. We already got Emerson Kilgore back in the building. We're gonna bring in Coach Pennington and talk about his game, man. Coach Pennington, how you doing, man? We got Emerson Kilgore on here with us as well tonight. How you doing, Coach?
Hey, I'm hanging in there, man. I'm hanging in there.
Tough game you had. I know it didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. Tell us what happened tonight.
It's like any other game. If you gave up special teams return for a touchdown late in the game, which was the difference in the game. Then we had the ball driving down, and just ran out of time. To score to make it to win the game. But I give my guys credit. They played hard. They fought. We're just still making little mistakes that are costing us games.
Yeah, 34-28. So that seems like it was a very close game. And you said, the special team score late in the game kind of really did you in.
Yes, sir. And that's what happens in these types of games. When you're battling back and forth. We're going back and forth with them, and we score to go up, and then we give a special teams kickoff return for a touchdown. So you can't do that when the football.
No,
game.
definitely, yeah, definitely not. Now, what's next for West Warwick? Who's your next opponent?
Well, we got Lincoln next week at home. So we'll just gear up and we'll get ready for that one.
That's all you can do. I could hear in your voice the season is really wearing on you, huh?
I don't know about that. It just it's when you're trying to turn something around. It takes time. It just takes time, and you gotta win the little battles. I was just asking one of the coaches what was the score the last time they played that team, and I think it was something like 42-6 or something. So we're closing the gap. So we'll just got to keep working. That's all.
No, you definitely are. You have some great ball players, on your team. The Medeiros kid, your quarterback, so many, Rossi, so many great, good players, good coaching staff, and you knew coming into this season that it wasn't going to be something that was going to happen overnight.
Absolutely. It'd be a work in progress. And that's what it is, but, we're just going to stick with it. We're going to continue to grind, and really kind of, I think we'll see the big improvements in the off season. We can get in the weight room and get stronger. I think that'll make a big difference when we come back out next year.
Now, are just your home games live streamed?
Yes. But the next two games are going to be live streamed because, we got the home game against Lincoln, and then I guess the same network that does the Westerly one as well. So when we go up to Westerly, that'll be live streamed as well.
Yeah. Westerly's games are live streamed. Their home games, and then I hooked Ronnie Roberts up. He's doing the road games as well. So, that's going to be an interesting game. The division's definitely. I guess it's kind of shaping up. I spent most of the day trying to figure out the Division One bracket, and it just sounds like a game of Battleship.
Yeah, it's true.
A9 Division 1B2, it's just really crazy, but this is why we play the game, and we get more football out of this at the end of the day. But Coach
Absolutely.
Pennington,
and at the end of the day too, it's about developing young men. The wins are nice when you get them, but it's really about making young men into good men. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Pennington, we'll definitely talk soon. Good luck. God bless. Make your home safely to your
Thanks,
family, and we'll definitely talk soon.
All right. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
That was Coach Wes Pennington. You could tell in his voice. I don't know. He sounded a little down. He tried to put up a good front, but that's my guy, man. I think he's gonna turn it around.
I don't think that was a front. I just think that probably a little bit of a disappointing outcome today. I definitely see that his boys played well from what he said, and just came up a little short. I understand that frustration, but it's kind of like what he said though. It's like it's going to be baby steps with West Warwick. I mean, you got to celebrate those small victories. And obviously he lost today, but there's probably a lot of good things that happened today that he can build upon, and that's how you build the program. It wasn't going to be easy. He knew what he was getting into, and he's still doing his thing there. So he'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's just I know those types of losses are very disappointing, but overall, I mean, you got to look at what he's doing and how he's doing it, and he's definitely doing a good job there in West Warwick.
No, he really is. Every week he's so close to on a lot of these games. Like a lot of teams. Tolman has the same. They just can't seem to get over that hump. I don't know what the outcome was with Tolman's game tonight yet. Scores are kind of little slow coming in, but yeah, there was some great football played tonight. Now, what game? You was at the Pontigansett EWG game. Coach Fulton's gonna get up with us in a little while as soon as he get back to the school. But they lost that game 28-0 from what I understand. You know what? Here he is now, actually. We're going to bring Coach Fulton in right now. Look at that. He's calling from the bus.
What's going on, Mike?
What's up, Coach? How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
All right. Tough game. We got Emerson on here. He was actually one of the officials at your game. You know what I mean? Yeah. He said, let me go officiate Cliff's game just in case, Then, they thought it was going to get a little chippy with Pontigansett and EWG. And I said, nah, they're okay.
Yeah, no, the plays got a little chippy. That was the competitiveness that came out. But it was nothing out of the ordinary. It was nothing bad at the end of the game. It didn't escalate. That's what happens when you're competing. Two good teams competing. And it was good. It was a good game. I think we gave them a good game.
You usually do. Me and Emerson talked about it earlier, and he actually said, "Hey, I'm gonna be reffing that game," and we kind of talked about how them was like your first game last season was one of the best games that I think he said he officiated all year last year.
Yeah, no, the last year was great. I always talk about that game. Me and Cook talk about that game because it was good. So I was hoping to maybe we can put another game like that together, but. He's got a good squad there, a good coaching staff. We ended up losing 28-0. We were very competitive. I like the fact that we were only down 7-0. I don't like being down, but knowing what Pontigansett does, they jump on people 28-0. They're up at halftime 35-0. They win like 50-0. So I think we were very competitive, and it was a good game. We had our moments where we could have turned the corner, but we couldn't punch it in, and he made adjustments, and he did very well.
Now, out of all Pontigansett's game this season, nobody has held them to 28 points.
No, and we were able to do that. We kept them under 35 in the first half. It was only 7-0 at the end of the first quarter, so we were very competitive. It was a good game. Some great tackling, some hard hitting. They just, they're good, and they made plays, and they executed better than we did.
Emerson, you had some good points about that game. You officiated that game, right?
I did. One of the things I'll definitely give it to Exeter West Grange. I mean, they fought from beginning to end. There were some times that Pontigansett really didn't know what to do with them. They had stopped them a few times and really got them back a little bit. And I know they kind of had Pontigansett on his heels for a little while, but I know what really hurt them was a lot of plays that hit for like 40 and 50 yards. That running back found that hole and just took off. And it was really some of those plays that really hurt them. But overall, I mean, it was a well played game. I mean, that score really doesn't show the effort on Exeter West Grange's side there. I mean, they really played well. And it just they just kept plugging, which all you can ask for with a team like that. So much respect for what you're doing down there, and just continue to plug away.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Coach Fulton, the Smithfield Situate game got overweight. I don't know if you heard that score, but I think it was 15-8. Smithfield wins this game. So Smithfield looks to be holding on to that number 2 seed right now. it's going to get interesting coming down the next couple of weeks in
Yeah,
Division
I
Four,
heard that
especially.
score. But listen, you're cutting in and out. I'm in a bad area, but I wanted to call. I'll see if I can call back later on. But I just wanted to call in because that's what we do. We call in, win or lose.
That's it,
We're
my
almost at the
guy.
school. I'm going to lose a little bit because we're going up Flat River Road. So we're going to lose you. But I wanted to
All
call
right,
in.
Coach.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. All right,
Thanks for
guys,
having
man.
me.
I see
Yeah,
you on the
Emerson, it's
bus.
great
I'll talk
seeing
to you
I'll
later.
talk to you soon.
Bye.
Yeah, Cliff.
Coach Fulton up there at EWG, never has a problem coming on, win, lose, or indifferent. Salute to Coach Fulton. Coach Blake, tough game with Charahoe. Charahoe was up big on Pilgrim at the half. We'll wait for Coach Blake. He should be coming up in pretty soon. I heard the the NK and Portsmouth game was very competitive. But getting back to Coach Blake's game, Pilgrim, the final was 35-31. Pilgrim scored their final drive with like 2 minutes 30 seconds left in the game. Another good game. Charahoe seems to be a team that's going to be there in the playoffs, of course, because everyone gets a seed. But could Charahoe be a dangerous team in the playoffs?
Quite possibly. I mean, the way things are sorting out now is really going to be interesting. It's like, I had made a prediction before. Someone in one of these divisions is going to get upset. I don't know who it's going to be, but I'm positive that one of these teams is going to have a stellar day and is going to knock off a higher seed. And we'll just see how it goes. But like I said, it's football. Any given Sunday or Saturday, whenever they're playing, it can happen. But it's going to be good. But yeah, I mean, look at the past 2 weeks with,
Emerson cut out a little bit. He should be back. Driving home, you never know when you're gonna
it's
have
really a good thing to see. Just these guys going out giving their all, and like I said, playoff time is going to be interesting. It's going to be
no,
interesting.
no. You're absolutely right. Playoffs is gonna be very interesting. Narragansett had another 55-point night. That's 2 games in a row, 55 points each night, so a total of 110 points. They're definitely adding the points up. They beat Middletown 55-14.
Yep.
So Narragansett's going to be another team in Division 3 right now. They're holding on to that number 1 spot right now. I'm not sure what happened with the Johnston High School game, but Pilgrim should, be taking that number 2 seed. I can't believe they didn't have the number 2 seed yet, but it looks like it went Narragansett, Johnston, Pilgrim, Middletown, Charahoe at this point. For the top spots in Division 3.
Right.
Another good game coming up tomorrow is going to be Classical and Westerly. I'm expecting a lot of people down at that game. Coach B-Ball has a game tomorrow. So, a lot of people playing tomorrow. A lot of good football left. Salute to all the coaches and players that are really doing their thing. In Smithfield, a little rusty, but they pulled out the win over Situate.
Good. I mean, again, it's good to see. I mean, with the playoffs shaping up, and teams really giving that push here to really getting in. Obviously, I know what some of them is not going to matter because they're getting in anyway, but it's really going to be a push. I'm just very interested to see when all these teams are in the playoffs, who does what. Again, I feel that someone's going to get upset somewhere, and I don't know where it's going to be, but someone's definitely going to get upset. It's going to be a shocker somewhere, and we'll see what happens there. Well, mate, listen, I got to run.
Okay, thank you, Emerson.
But again, thank you for having me here, and again, salute to what you're doing here for Rhode Island football, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much, Emerson.
All right.
That's Emerson Kilgore. He has a gym over there. You see the logo up in the right corner. 401 Strength and fitness. You know, a lot of good games tonight. You know, I still don't have all the scores yet. And then, you know, tomorrow morning, maybe I'll come back on and we'll look at how the seedings are going to fall into place. But it looks like Narragansett is going to pull away with that number one spot right now with their big win over Middletown tonight. Charahoe and Pilgrim really trying to. What a game that was. Pilgrim bringing it right down, you know, to the last drive of the game. Charahoe gets the ball back for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you know, and they just couldn't really put together a drive. But I heard Pilgrim was down big at the half, you know, so we're going to stay on here a little while longer. We're going to wait for Coach Blake. We'll probably talk to North Smithfield coach a little bit tomorrow. You know, we'll have the Westerly game as well tomorrow. Westerly and Classical. You know, we know the game for hang on, let me get my schedule up here. Let me see. Schedule varsity schools. But yeah, Bishop Hendricken over there holding on to the number one. We'll see if them and Central end up playing. You know, Woonsocket going to be very big game for Woonsocket. Give me 1 second just to get and see who's playing who. But we're still waiting for some more scores to come in. Here we go. Varsity schedule. Central Falls and Johnston. We still need the outcome to that. Mount Pleasant and Lincoln. Not really sure who won that game. We know Mount Hope beat West Warwick. Cranston East and EG. Not really too sure what went on that game. Cumberland East Providence. Another game we're waiting on scores. Tolman St. Ray's, you know, a lot of scores. So if you have any scores, put them up in the comment section. I appreciate it. But that Pilgrim Charahoe game, man, what a game. Coventry falls to Barrington. Matter of fact, let me send Coach Goodhart. Not sure if Coach Goodhart will come on tonight. I'm going to send him a message right now. And I'll send him a link as well. Let me get the link up in here. Yeah, so we'll see if Coach Goodhart's gonna join us. But a lot of good games tonight. A lot of good games. That Barrington Coventry game, a lot of points scored in that game. Pilgrim Charahoe, you know, the Narragansett Middletown game. You know, so yeah, definitely a lot of. Give me 1 second, people. Let me send Coach Goodhart a link. And we'll get him up in here, but give me 1 second. I got to step away. You can all hold it down. There we go. That damn mute button. How you doing, Coach Goodhart? How's everything?
Oh, been better.
Yeah. I heard that was a very interesting game. You know, you didn't come out. It didn't come out the way you wanted it to. It was a final 30-22. Was that correct?
Yes.
So how did that game go for you guys? Run us through it.
The opening kickoff, we ran one back for a touchdown. So, starting off pretty good. And then from there, we played pretty good defense. And I think we gotta stop. And then it was back and forth a little bit. Then they scored. And then we scored again before halftime. And they started the ball. I think we got to stop. I think they fumbled. And then we had a turnover there. We threw a pick on a drive there that kind of killed us, and then they end up scoring again or scoring then, and I don't know. It's all a blur right now.
Yeah, it's definitely all a blur. I'm sure once you watch the film, it'll come a little. Have you heard anything about the Mount Pleasant game yet?
I believe that's tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I know there are a lot of games tomorrow. Narragansett and Middletown. Narragansett scores another 55-point game. A lot of good games today. West Warwick loses. Tough game to Mount Hope. So Division II is really starting to get interesting, especially on your side of the bracket.
Yeah, depending on what route they decide to take as far as the league goes, as far as playoffing in Division 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm not sure if they're gonna do the one model that has been talked about, or they're gonna do the old model. But
8 teams in Division II. They already you should have known this a couple days ago. It's a shame that a lot of a coach actually called me and it was like, Mike, I don't want to ask my peers because it sounds embarrassing, but what division and what side am I on and who do I play and what games count? And it's a shame that we're where we are today. But it looks like Division II is going to be the top 8 teams, top 4 on each side. I pretty much have everything how it's going to go down. I think as of right now, you guys, before tonight, you would end up playing Classical if the playoffs started today.
So it's going to be a crossover instead of regular, because we're in 2A. So
yeah, the playoffs will be crossovers.
I haven't been notified anything. It's nothing on you because I appreciate you more than anything.
Yeah, definitely.
Too bad that more information than the head coaches know. It's just kind of one of those things that So I wish it's information that would be cool to.
I call referees and let them know, hey, you got the night off. They're like, how do you know what games I got off? Trust me, you're not playing. Your game's canceled tonight, and they kind of laugh at it. They was like, "That's just so funny that I find out from you before a lot of things find out." Yeah, no, it's gonna be a crossover. I actually have exactly who plays what, and I'll send you the bracket so you could take a look at how the bracket is gonna go because they already have how all the brackets are gonna be set, how the stage is gonna be, who's gonna play who. Yeah, as far as the seating. And I was just basing it off, the top 4 on each side today. If the playoffs started today, it would actually be before today's games. It would have been Barrington against Mount Hope, Classical against Coventry, Mount Pleasant, Westerly, St. Ray's, Rogers.
So we still got one more game. We got Moses Brown as far as our division goes.
Right.
Next week, but our division game's against Moses Brown, the last regular season game. So,
right now, from what I'm understanding, though, the Division II, like West Warwick, I think they end up playing. They played Mount Pleasant this year and they beat them. So now their league record, they have 1 in the win column. So I think it's whoever you're playing in Division II. That's who your win-loss percentage is, your divisional games. I don't think it's subdivision from what I'm understanding. Based on the way that the league is putting out the divisions for the Rhode Island state rankings, it's showing that they're cross-referenced. I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, you're probably right. You always have the good information.
I try.
Yeah, I get told one thing and then I get told nothing at all. And then it's just one of those things where it's basically like I have to depend on you to hear my information at this point, because when it comes to, the real information, you're the one that usually, hooks everybody up with information that we need to know. So,
hey, I'm trying, coach. You know what I mean?
I'm going to listen to what you say from here on out.
Definitely, man. But I'm sure you got a lot of film to watch. Thank you for coming on. We'll definitely talk. Reach out to me whenever you have any questions, and I'll send you the proposal, and I'll send you all the brackets so you can actually sit down, take a look at it, and get an idea of what you're going to be doing in the future.
Hey,
It'll be good to know.
absolutely. Hey, I appreciate everything you do. Keep doing all the great stuff. You help out all the teams around the state, regardless if they want to participate in what you're doing or not. So from my end, I thank you for what you do because you help us coaches.
Gary, I really appreciate it. That really means a lot to me. But you just keep doing you. I look forward to seeing you guys in the playoffs. You got a lot of good players on your team. A lot of great kids over there. So just keep doing your thing and just don't let this affect you. What happened tonight?
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, Coach. Talk to you soon.
Have a great night.
All right, Coach Goodhart over there at the Oakers, man, doing his thing. I like what Gary Goodhart is bringing to Coventry. Coventry really seems to be, on the rise after so many years, just, having so many issues over there. You look history in Rhode Island sports, Coventry always been that wrestling program, and, Sterling Dunbar before Coach Goodhart, and Coach Goodhart wins, the Super Bowl, and I'm glad he's back this year, because he has a good group of kids, good group of coaches, and Coach Dunbar, I always said, was great at picking staffs. And Coach Goodhart is also good at picking staffs because he seemed to put together a good staff over there at Coventry. So, a few weeks ago, but it is a shame what Coach Goodhart says that these coaches don't even know how these playoffs are going to be lined up, and it's even sadder that, that I get this information a lot faster than a lot of other people. And how do I get this information? And the athletic directors are not passing it down to their coaches. They're not passing. You're like, how is that even happening? But thank you everybody, man, for coming on tonight. We'll probably talk to Coach Blake probably in the morning. It's actually getting a little bit late. Wife just got home from work, so I gotta go spend some time with her, watch some TV, do all that good stuff. And I got so much to do by the time the morning comes, so I can get these, try to figure out how these numbers are gonna change now, with who won, who lost. But thank you, everybody. I really appreciate everybody. Let me see the people that help. I definitely want to show some love to Colwell Banker Coastal Homes. Give Mark Wright a call if you're looking to buy a house. 401-787-5203. And a big shout out, to a new sponsor, Situate Spartans Football Community. Situate didn't really have the outcome they wanted. I think it was a 15-8 game. But definitely pay attention tomorrow because we're going to go over a lot of these brackets. What you see here is a Division I bracket. Up here at the top will be the state championship, with the first and second seed also at the bottom. And we'll go over who plays who and how it's set up in all the divisions. But it looks like Pontiganset's going to run away with that number one spot. Smithfield right behind them. Smithfield picks up a big win today, and then you have Davies that's sitting there with the number 3, Juanita Sanchez the 4, North Providence with the 5, and EWG with the 6. Now this is all before tonight's games. Now in Division 1A, we have Hendricken with the 1, Woonsocket sitting there with the number 2 seed. Central High School staying steady with a 2-1 conference record, holding the number 3. And then you got Portsmouth, SK, and Cranston East rounding out the rest of that bracket. There'll be 6. Division 1B, you're going to have NK. Very, very strong game. Them and Portsmouth had a battle today. LaSalle. Then you got Burrville. Cumberland with the number 4 seed. Shea with the 5. And Cranston West with the 6. Going to be top 6 on each side. Division 2, now this is all before tonight. You had Barrington, Coventry, Moses Brown, and Rogers coming up with the top 4 teams that would go into the brackets. Now, if the playoffs was to happen today, before today's games, you would have probably had Barrington, Mount Hope, Classical against Coventry, Mount Pleasant, Westerly, St. Ray's, Rogers. That's how it would have went. But stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to have a lot more coming up. We'll definitely hook up with Coach Blake tomorrow. I'm going to send him a message right now. But congratulations to all the players. Playoffs are set. We're going to get on with it. Maybe we'll talk to Coach Jimmy Cook tomorrow as well. Definitely go back and check out our show with Uncle Felix, doing good things. But you really got to go over there and check out everything he does. And don't forget to go check out, you already know, we got to show support to the whole family, right? Where is he? Yes, go check out my son's page, Ruby Tuesday. Eric Rube. Y'all know, that's my little boy. To let him know daddy's proud of him. And
Against the world. Just me.
Well, there he is, just the 2 of us, me and my guy, Eric Rube. Go check him out for sure.
Can We Keep It Real Podcast Network. Shout out to Can We Keep It Real Podcast.
You nervous with butterflies in your stomach? Don't try to intimidate me. You couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work. He ain't prepared me to